Hello everyone, this is a pretty back again from the review. This is the bicycle Hawaiian, which was put out by Home Run Games on Kickstarter. This is actually a limited edition. I think there's only 1,000 bicycle branded ones produced, but there was 2,000 unbranded ones. That was a standard one, and then there was, I forget how many, of a limited edition version on top of that. That was also unbranded. Maybe I can find out. But anyways, it's a Hawaiian themed deck. Apparently it is the first in a series. Good lord, I hope not. I hope they don't continue with this because it's just not that good and it almost didn't fund in the first place. It's based on Hawaiian heritage. First in the series dedicated to the islands. This one honors the woodworking, craft, and art of the Hawaiian people. And it memorializes great chiefs, kings, queens, and warriors. The tuck box, back, and ace of spades feature King Kamehameha I, the first king to unite the Hawaiian Islands. Kamehameha. It's very hard for me to pronounce these names, I apologize. Apparently it's a collaborative effort of home run artists because they've had many family members that lived in Hawaii, and most of the time they wish they did as well. Well, you can go on over. Standard one, like I said, 2,000 printed, unbranded, or standard one, it doesn't say how many they produced, but it's unbranded. The bicycle branded one, this one, 2,000 produced, and then the limited edition, only 1,000 produced. And it had a special vintage style tuck case with a long tuck flap, and there, it just didn't fit well with the theme of the deck, in my opinion. It's not a vintage deck, so it doesn't need to have that. And it's not even that, special of a deck. It doesn't need to have that special tuck case. They were just kind of copying Jackson Robinson's decks and what they did on their vintage restoration decks. And it was completely unnecessary in my opinion. Anyways, let's get to the cards. The top of the box says bicycle. Underneath bicycle, it has some words in, well actually it says, it's not Hawaiian, it says Honolulu, Hawaii. Classic Hawaiian playing cards. I guess they might do one for every island, I don't know, I hope not. And then it says Hawaiian on the bottom. Hawaiian on the side, and then inside some of that wood artwork that they were talking about. Very nice. Top says Hawaiian, and the bottom barcode USPC info. It says created by Home Run Games as well. And in the back you see the back design, which we'll look at better when we get to the cards. Seal says Hawaiian up here, and then heritage down here, and you see that King Kamehameha, whatever his name is, I apologize, on there as well, just like he's on the back design. On the flap it says Honolulu, Hawaii, classic Hawaiian playing cards. You see the islands, and then the very small writing, the bicycle trademark stuff, which I'm surprised they actually approved that, because you'd think they want to be a little bit more visible, but I guess it's, as long as it's on there, it's on there. And then here, the islands again, and the home run logo in brown and yellowy color. The cards are not white, as is the box. They are a off-white color, as you can see, almost a greenish color. First of all, you get these cards. They're kind of jokers. Everyone seems to be doing these. I don't know why. It's a deck of cards. I don't need two cards that you have to put together to look at them. It's just getting ridiculous. It's okay. It was a novelty thing at first when Jackson Robinson started doing it. But now everyone is doing it, and it's getting old fast, at least to me, because what am I supposed to do with this? I mean, it's nice, but why would I want two cards that I have to put together to see the artwork? Just give me one card with art, an ad card or a gaff card, and, be done with it. Just a little silly. And as a result of this, there's only one joker in the deck, but you can kind of use these as jokers, but basically, bleh. You get in here a couple of warriors, a crown, a kind of a family crest type thing. And at the bottom it says Wamoa ki I oka ina I ka pono, which I have no idea what it means, unfortunately, because I don't know any Hawaiian. You do get a double backer as well. As you can see, there's lots of details in there. I think the idea was good. However, some of the details are hard to see and to just get lost in there because there's just too much going on. If there was less going on, it would have been better. So you got that king in the front. It says Hawaiian in the middle. They put it facing both ways so it's mirror imaged. There's the islands on there. There's this guy's similar to what you see on the side. Tuck case. There looks like there's a sip in here. Flower. All sorts of stuff, and now the dog next door won't set up. But that's what you get. It's a double backer. Then you get to the Joker. It's pretty cool. It says Joker on top, US in the two corners. And the other two corners it says Minanui and the islands again, and it says United States Point Guard Company in the bottom. Menahuni, actually is that's how you pronounce it, Menahuni, not Menanuni, whatever I said before. The Menahuni is a little sword person, as you can see. It has some kind of story related to it in Hawaii. I recall seeing this and hearing about it for the first time in an episode of Full House some 20 somewhat years ago. So that's how I know how to say Menahuni, and how I know a little bit about it. He's got funny hair, that's for sure. The Ace of Spades is Hawaiian on top, United States Point Guard Company on the bottom. And you see that king with the islands on either side of him in the spade pip instead of what we usually get. But outside that, it's more or less a standard spade pip. One thing I noticed myself when looking at it is it seems like the edges aren't very sharp. Like it was just hand drawn and could have been maybe a tad better. It's just a minor thing. It gets worse in my opinion, that's for sure. Now I wanted to see something and I threw the Ace of Spades away into the deck somewhere. There it is. Oh, interesting. One thing I noticed is all the cards have artwork in the two corners except for the Ace of Spades. You'll see what I'm talking about right now. All the cards feature your standard index. Within the pip, within all the pips is the islands, and they have that in the index as well. In the other corner, more islands, and it says, in the court cards it actually tells you the name of the person. In the number cards it says Hawaiian. So here we got Queen of Clubs, and it's Kio Puolani. I'm going to butcher all these names, by the way. Hula Kahiko, that one's actually an easy one, it's a hula girl. Kahikili, Kalanikupol, something like that. Suicide King is killing himself, it looks like. That guy, I can't even pronounce the name. I'm just not even bothered butchering the names. Kinau, something like that. They're pretty cool. I like them despite the fact that they're really dark and sometimes a little bit hard to see the details on them, but they're still pretty cool for what they are. And I like that they put the names there, except for the small fact that most people won't be able to pronounce this one. This one's the only one that's in English. Koa Warrior. That one I can pronounce. The rest, forget about it. And then your number cards. Kind of standard pips, custom indexes, especially the font that they use. They put the islands within the pips and in the indexes and in the corners, and like I said, number cards all say Hawaiian in the corners. Hearts and diamonds in a reddish color, spades and clubs in a brownish color. Here is my problem with this deck of cards. Here's the problem I see with it. I see the islands all over the damn thing. It is frickin' overkill. I apologize for being a little bit sour about it, sour grapes, but you got the islands on the back design. You got them in the corners of the Joker. You got them in the corners of every card except the Ace of Spades. You got them within the spade pip on the Ace of Spades, within every other pip, on the corner of every card, like I said, and like I said, within the pips and the court cards as well. They're just all over the place. It is major overkill. I have no problem with putting the islands in the corners and the name on there. That's fine. I got no problem with him in the spade pip for the most part, or on the back design. But when you start putting the islands in every freaking pip and the index, as well as being in the corners and on the back design, it's a major overkill. It's completely unnecessary. It would have been perfect if they left the pips with nothing in them or used something else, but they didn't do that. And it's, like I said, it's just overkill. I just don't really like that. That being said, Bicycle stock, Eric's Infinite, good quality deck. Might not be the most usable for stuff because, well, the court cards. They do have the pips in them, identifying, that's good, but most people won't be too familiar with the art book in them, and they won't be as easily identifiable. I guess, I mean, they're fine for cards or Magic. They're just not as easily identifiable as normal ones, but that's kind of expected. But that is the Hawaiian deck. I really kind of hope that they don't continue the series because, for me personally, one is enough. And one thing to stress that I want to mention is a lot of people were, including myself, were wanting more color on these cards. This is Hawaii we're talking about. And the creators basically said, this is the theme. It's a wooden theme. We want wooden colors. That's what they did. That's what they got, and that's fine. I understand it now. But I do hope that if they do another deck, that it actually has color to it, because Hawaii is all about color and fun and stuff like that. So let's see some color. That is what I got. You can probably get these at collectibleplayingcards.com. Use the code VJose free too. Get 10% off your order, and I'll see you next time.